news out of Skyway tonight. Right now, deputies are searching for two shooters after one person was shot twice during a robbery at a massage parlor. KOMO's Joel Marino's live in Skyway at the scene of the shooting with the very latest for us. Joel?
Mary, that man who was shot is now being treated for two gunshot wounds. One was to his leg, the other grazed his head. He is expected to survive. Now, you look behind me and you can see that investigators have the South Bay Massage and Spa behind crime scene tape. This business is along Renton Avenue South in Skyway. Now, although this is a massage parlor, detectives say tonight's shooting, it has nothing to do with the deadly rampage in Atlanta that also took place at a massage parlor, and in that case left 8 people dead. Now let's go to some video here. This is from when KOMO News first arrived on scene. Investigators say 2 men showed up to rob the business and ended up shooting a man in the process. It's unclear if there were customers at the massage parlor at the time, and we also don't know how many other workers besides that man were here. Detectives say they have no indication of any kind of racial bias behind these shootings. There does appear to be Asian or Asian American people who do work here. Now, again, this appears to be a shooting following a robbery, and that sent 1 man to the hospital. Now, back here live, you can see that there are still a number of crews on scene. Deputies are now in the process of trying to search for those 2 men involved in the shooting. And they tell me that they are going to be turning over this crime scene to their major crimes unit to complete the investigation. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Joel. And not far from where Joel is, another shooting and robbery. This is breaking now also. This is a live look in South Seattle where a man was shot during a robbery outside of this Cleaners on Rainier Avenue. You can see the damage where that bullet hit that door, that glass door, that they just boarded that up. King County deputies tell KOMO the man was shot in the arm, drove himself to the Valley Medical Center. The Cleaners was closed at the time. No one has been arrested. These shootings happened less than a mile and a half away and within minutes of each other. Deputies say at this time, the shootings do not appear to be connected.
Well, you may have heard of the Gang of Four very prominent, powerful community leaders representing the Black community, the Asian community, Latino community, the Native American community. They all stood together in the fight for solidarity and social justice. Well, King County has a long history of community partners banding together during difficult times, and the fight against hate crimes is no different. In Bellevue today, the city's mayor and dozens of community members turned out to take a stand against hate directed at Asian Americans.
I mean, it's kind of frightening, actually. Yeah, to know that people that look like me are being targeted.
The deadly shooting spree in Atlanta that ended in the deaths of 6 Asian American women is galvanizing people to take action. Casa Latina, Council on American Islamic Relations, the NAACP, just a few local groups speaking out on social media to stop anti-Asian hate.
Crimes are not new, and it is especially not new for the Asian community and other communities of color and other marginal groups.
We're going to continue to stand in solidarity with our Asian American brothers and sisters who are being targeted by senseless harassment right now.
You better not put your hands on any of us, because you're going to have to put your hands on us all.
The Asian Counseling Referral Service in King County issuing a statement saying there are solutions to stopping hate crimes against the API community. Quote, "We need language-accessible mental health and crisis intervention resources. We need public school education that teaches our children about multiracial solidarity. We need resourced community safety programs that are led by us." About a year ago, King County started the Coalition Against Hate and Bias.
CISC, United Indians of all tribes, East Side for All, we're among many different groups responding to hate and bias incidents happening in the community.
And a spokesperson says that the coalition responds to and develops strategies to support the community, and it is the only organization that responds to racial violence without involving law enforcement. Live in Seattle, Suzanne Fong, KOMO News.
It happened somewhere right around here. You can see Little traces of blood there, blood there.
In a sanctuary usually reserved for praise and worship,
Got someone coming in to try to figure out how to clean this up.
Head Pastor Harvey Drake is now trying to navigate what's left of a bloody crime scene inside Emerald City Bible Fellowship.
The short of it is that someone ended up being killed.
Investigators say on Wednesday afternoon, a man with a gun walked into a meeting inside the church.
There was a discussion between the victim and the suspect, at which point the suspect then pulled out a gun, fatally shooting the victim.
But the motive still remains unclear. And right now, SPD is not releasing the name of the suspect or the victim, only saying investigators are still looking for the shooter.
Not a church gathering. It was not a church member at all. It was an outside group that we allow to use our building.
That group is Community Passageways, a nonprofit that rents office space at the church and helps at-risk youth and young adults stay out of trouble. CEO and founder Dominique Davis would not answer any of our questions, but a spokesperson did send us a statement that reads in part, Community Passageways is deeply saddened by the horrific incident. As an organization, we are constantly reviewing our procedures and evaluating our protocols.
In order to get in, you have to ring the bell, right? Somebody had to let you in.
Pastor Drake says Emerald City's doors are always locked, but someone with passageways let in the shooter. And now Drake, he's also reevaluating his own church's security protocols.
Because we want everybody who entered this building to feel safe at all times.
From Seattle, Jonathan Cho, KOMO News.
Pastor Drake says all outside programs at the church will be put on hold until this investigation is over.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for checking out our YouTube page. I'm meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell from the KOMO Weather Team. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for additional news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't ever miss our YouTube updates.